Hello, and welcome to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three survivors that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Char, playing Asher Ford, Human Ranger.
I'm still here this week.
In the bottom center, we have Greshy, Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will. Why am I reversing the name order? I don't know.
I have no idea either, but I'm also here. Hi.
And in the bottom right, we have Adam playing Gunn Shough, Human Champion of Erastil.
And as survivors, yeah, we're all still here today, so there you go.
Somehow, by some mysterious stroke of luck. Right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it, I think. Last time... Well, actually, should I do it last time? Nah, I won't. Let's jump right in. So, Greshy. The last thing you remember is watching as Gunn falls from the sky. A sharp pain in your mind causes you to black out. You lose all vision. You hear High Lady Athroxis running towards you. You hear a shout, the cry of a cougar roaring out, but everything is begins to be kind of muffled, and you sort of lose all sense of where you are and what's going on, and eventually those muffled sounds fade to nothingness. And you find yourself just floating in a black space. Suddenly, there is a searing heat right between your eyes that kind of moves up slowly towards the center of your forehead and then starts to expand. You feel like your entire brain is on fire, but it lasts for the briefest of moments. Your eyes snap open, and you are in a sea of flames. There is a figure before you, a figure made entirely out of blindingly white fire. You blink, and when you open your eyes again, you see hundreds of thousands of visions whirling past you. You hear a strange language, a language you don't know. No, wait, a language you recognize. A language that you've only heard relatively recently in your life. No, you've heard this all your life. Thessalonian. The tongue starts just flowing into your ears, through your mind, coursing through your body. You are awash with what feels like hundreds of thousands of years of memories rushing through your body. These memories aren't yours, no, they are the memories of what feels like generations upon generations of people. Warriors, proud warriors. Warriors filled with a drive, a hunger to do things, a burning rage inside each and every one of them. You blink again, and unable to fully make sense of the visions that you just saw, you are able to make one thing out, and that's the white-hot flame figure in front of you. It solidifies into the form of High Lady Athroxis. She stares at you, her eyes burning with the same anger that she glared at you in the living world. But her angry glower turns into a slight smile. She holds out her hand, and a bit of like a little ball of smoke and cinders forms in it, At least our memory goes on to someone worthy of the title, she says in Thessalonian. But you understand every word. The ball comes floating towards you, and whether you reach out to grab it or not, it goes right through your hand, anything in front of you, it just goes right into your heart. And you feel yourself from the inside out just burning. And as that heat grows and grows, you feel like you've been completely immolated from the inside out. Your vision goes white, and you reawaken atop Phelan in the field of flames with your party members around you. Oh, this didn't update.
You right?
Are we all right?
Oh, that hurts.
I'm all right.
What the hell was
You
that?
all right? You passed out.
I must have cast a spell or something. I didn't even see what the hell that was. You're up. That's good, Asher.
Living.
All right.
Your
What?
head. And
Did
I'll
you
like
hit your head on
hurts.
something, Greshy?
I don't. Maybe when I fell over, I hurt. I don't know. It
take a look.
it burns.
If I dig through my pack, do we have any kind of? Do we still have the mirror from greed, or did that get? From pride, or did that get used up?
Are you looking for a mirror?
You took a few
We
shards.
took two
of mirrors.
shards. We took two pieces.
Greshy actually pulls one out of the bag of holding. He's had one. That's how he shaves.
Right.
And he'll hold it up to look at himself, and battered and bruised and burned, and the hell's that?
And you can see very visible on your forehead, well, maybe not in this art here, but is the mark of wrath. The two horns of some kind of helmet, perhaps. Just inked very intricately into your forehead. It feels warm.
Oh, I'm kidding. That's different. I did not.
You feel all right though?
I mean, it hurts. Oh hell, but I just got burned out or something. I'll be fine, I'm sure. I don't know what the hell. She's dead, right? Greshy sits up to try and get a better look.
Yeah. She died.
Good.
Sad.
She had
Again.
her chance.
Did she?
We gave her plenty of time to talk. Well. Jeez, you look terrible.
Well, not much better yourself there.
Yeah, I feel that.
We should rest.
Yes. I need to figure out where bandages are. I had them. I dropped them, I think.
You look around, you see near Athroxus's body your medical kit, your bandages strewn across the ground, alongside the scroll case containing the Emerald Codex.
All right. I'll dismount Phelan and start making my way over to gather my bandages. So we can start fixing people up. You alright, Asher?
just glad you're all okay.
I saw her. She threw fire at me.
Yeah, she threw fire at all of us.
Grabbed my
Got a little
chest.
Singed.
That was the whole thing here. That was going on for a while.
Right. Maybe something else happened. I don't know. Anyway, how much do I remember still?
You tell me. She threw a lot of fire. We fought some these vulture demon things. And you grabbed her spear.
Oh, aye, that's in the bag someplace. We should probably look at that, see if that's useful. Or some.
Do we want to rest here, or should we try to move somewhere else?
I have no idea how to get out of here yet. Don't know if the wall is still full of flame or not.
Oh, yeah.
You guys haven't noticed, but in the time that her corpse fell, the flames that were blocking the exit have drifted back towards the sides. So the flames are still along the outer wall, but the exit is now clear of flame. The smoke is still very solid, but it looks passable again.
I could boost us a bit to get out, but that's about all I've got. Unless we're willing to spend some time here, I can try and fix us up a bit.
And who's gonna come in here? We killed everyone. Seems safe.
Safe as it can get, I suppose. All right, well, gather around. Everybody here. Rock wasn't here, right?
I'm gonna bring Rock out and kind of lean on him a little bit, collapse onto him a little bit. Give him a big hug.
Yeah, you open your cloak to let Rock out.
Hey there, dude.
I think Rock himself is also pretty hurt still. Yeah. And you just kind of lean into each other as he kind of sits on the ground and you lie back.
It. Well, hold still a bit. Let me see what I can do. And I'll work on myself and Gunn and Asher and Rock. See if I can bring you all up a bit. Take us a minute, or 10 minutes really. Think we'll be okay for that.
I mean, we'll have to be.
Okay, keep an eye out then.
I will.
And I'll attempt it at master level, so DC 30.
Yep, DC 30.
All right, it's a 38, so not a critical success, but still solid. 2d8 plus 30. So everyone gets 37 hit points except for Phelan for now.
Okay. Yeah, you do take 10 minutes to start treating up everybody's wounds. You're undisturbed during this time. The flames just continue to flicker along the outside of the room. The smoke continues to billow. The smoky smell in the room continues, but it's kind of like, at this point, it feels like a soft incense rather than something that's like filling your lungs. you sort of acclimate to it. Yeah, you each get your 37 hit points from the bandaging.
Can we add a focus point during that time as well for resting?
Sure.
Not Greshy, but you two perhaps.
Yeah, not Greshy,
I'll
but
touch the grass.
The one is all I can.
Asher out.
Contemplate the nature of fire, perhaps. I don't know.
I haven't felt grass in a while.
It's grassish.
Yes.
Brushish.
Yeah, the grass is weird. You're not sure if you're really outside or if this is some kind of just a courtyard or what. It doesn't quite feel like, well, I mean, with all the smoke, it definitely doesn't feel like fresh air. But the grass seems real enough. The dirt underneath seems real enough. And yeah, it's been a couple of days since you've felt real grass, Asher, so feels comfortable in a way.
Okay. Well, don't think we'll all fall over right away, but I don't know if we want to stay here or if we want to retreat.
I suppose I would favor cleaning up a little bit and then moving somewhere else.
I can keep bandaging, but people would have to stay still for me to do it.
Or what I mean is looking around the area, seeing if there's anything else we can find other than the master circle here, and maybe moving these bodies to be burned.
As I get closer to the master circle, how hot does it feel, this fire?
As you approach, the knee-high fire that surrounds the master circle seems hot. Like you can feel it getting warmer as you approach it. You could try to touch the fire. You could try to just walk through, like you saw Throxus do, or you could try to leap over it.
I will walk through it. I want to see what the master circle's about.
Okay. Give me a reflex save.
Absolutely. 43.
Okay. You very briskly step through the fire. You can feel the heat, but that is a critical success, so you don't take any of the damage from it. Your clothes are slightly alight. There's little bits of the edges that are like actively burning. You kind of pat those out, but you're unharmed.
So bad. Well, if you all want to start elsewhere, I'll take a look and see if I can figure out how this thing works. Circle.
Okay, so it seems like Greshy is investigating the large Sahedron circle in the center of the room, which you believe to be the master circle. What's everybody else doing?
That's what she said it was.
Sure, and you believe it.
Are these statues the same statue, the same person that was in the entryway when we came in that we had to fight?
So you look at the statues. They are all each one is an armored figure, wearing similar types of armor, but they all seem to be different people.
Nice.
Each one is human, clearly human, and the statues are larger than life scale, but they are all definitely human. Many of them are wearing helmets, but you can see etched into each one's forehead is the Mark of Wrath, the same symbol that is currently on Greshy's forehead.
Ah. Do they have names on them, or is it just the statue? Maybe they all know their names.
You look for like any kind of placard, and you do actually see one. but each placard is seemingly it's a block of stone that has been melted over. So where there clearly would be either maybe a name or a description or some kind of detail, it is just completely melted and pretty illegible.
Fun. Is there one of Lady
Throxus?
Yeah, I can't say the name. Athroxis.
Athroxis.
I'm
Athroxis.
I've been calling her Lady Axe. 'Cause it's interesting.
The axe.
She had a red sewer, not an axe.
And it's a cool nickname.
You look around. I guess, Asher, you're just going around checking out each of the statues.
Yeah.
You look around for one that would be High Lady Athroxis, but no, none of them appear to be so. So while you're examining...
Yet.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
I was like, maybe she hasn't gotten one made yet. Though, I guess if this was like a hall of presidents, but for the Wrathwing, they have a very even number right now that fills out this hall, and it would really be a shame to add one more without
Plus,
adding.
you usually don't make the statue until it'd be kind of weird, but if the statue suddenly appeared right when she died, boom, new statue.
Oh, I
part
didn't
of
even think of that. I thought someone would have to make it.
They wouldn't make
slowly.
it before while she was still alive, though, right?
You could have. I don't know.
People like statues of themselves. But none here. That's fun.
Gunn, what are you up to while Asher's
Well,
wandering around taking a look at the statues?
I'm going to search the body.
Okay. You make your way over to the corpse of High Lady Athroxis, and kind of say a prayer to Erastil and kneel down. On her person, her armor seems quite well made. There's clearly a few different runes on it. You count 4 distinct armor runes. In addition, she has this kind of almost like a headpiece. They're kind of like 2 earpieces that attach in the back like a kind of a reverse visor. And that seems to have a rune on each side. Possibly a magic rune, possibly something that could be activated. The runes are different on each side. She's also got a attached to her belt is some kind of it looks like an amulet of sorts. It has it's got a flat brass looking back to it. That inside is set some kind of pearl, or very clearish white stone, and that stone has a Thessalonian rune carved into it, one that you haven't seen before. She also has clipped to the other side of her belt is a spell book. Or what you presume is her spell book. A large red book with golden trim. The edges of all the pages are slightly singed, but as you flip it open and just kind of breeze through it, it's clear that all the spells are written in very clean, perfectly neat Thessalonian handwriting. You also get the sense that there's, well, the corners of each page as you turn, instantly kind of alight in flame, and then when you like turn the page, the flame goes out. So there's clearly some kind of magic going on with the book itself. And the other thing that you find on her, another thing that you find on her, the boots that are part of her armor set, they're a bit more like... sorry, I don't know what words I was just about to say, but the boots that are part of her armor set seem to also have some magical, like, Thessalonian runes inscribed around the rims. They give off a
Alright.
strong warmth.
I'll just take these things one by one and set them aside in a little neat pile. And then I'll pick up the body and start and look around and kind of head to the north end of the room here.
Okay. You make your way with the body to the north side of the room.
Yep. And I'll just like set her down right here.
You set her into the flames, or?
I was thinking about it. I was like, did the flames on the wall, do they seem hot?
They seem incredibly hot. You saw before that when one of those vulture fiends touched the flames, they like instantly like turned to ash.
The other two don't seem to be paying attention to me right now. Look around and see that they're both doing their own things. Yeah, I'll get as close as I can, and I'll kind of like lay the body like nicely and as close to the flames on the wall as I can, and try to get her, if this is enough to like do a little cremation.
Sure. Give me a religion check to do the little ceremony.
Uh, 33 total.
Solid.
Okay, natural 11 for 33. You say your rites, you perform the last rites to Astal, and kind of set her body up carefully, respectfully. You remove her armor, leaving her with the dignity of her clothing underneath. You wipe clean... Oh, actually, no, you wouldn't wipe clean her face. You kneel down and take some of the dirt from the ground. Just a little bit of a fistful. And you place some of it into her hands, and ball them up. And you thank her for the hard work that she's done in her life. And just very carefully lean her back into the flames. And as you do so, as the flames touch her body, her entire form catches alight, and you step back a bit. And it only takes a few seconds for her form to become a thick pile of black ash on the ground.
Okay. Let me see in my bag if I have any suitable container to put that in and then bury it here.
I thought you were going to take it with you. Like, yes, now we have the ashes.
I mean, we could.
I
don't think Greshy's going to suggest
among
that.
my camping gear, I don't think I have any bottles or jars that would be large enough. Depends how much there is. Maybe I'll just dig I do have a shovel. If I start to dig here, how can I dig like a foot down?
Yes. Yeah, you think you could.
All right. I'll dig like a foot down, and then I'll scoop the ashes into the hole, and then cover it again.
Okay. Yeah, so you take a bit to dig a hole. There's a lot of ash left over from her body, so you actually have to dig quite a wide hole to fit them. And you start to you take the shovel and then reach out and carefully try to scoop it from under the flames. Scoop the ashes from under the flames to bring them closer to you. And as you do so, you can see the ashes glint and sparkle with red light.
Ooh.
I'll touch it and then look at my fingers and see if there's anything going on there. Like if I look closer.
So you like just grab a pinch with your hands and start to just kind of like run through the ashes, or just mull the ashes.
Yeah, is this like what's happening here?
You're not sure. This is definitely not how ashes normally react. But as you kind of crush them up in your like between two fingers, you can feel a warmth coming from them. An almost not trying to think of how to describe it. It's the warm feeling of seeing someone who never smiles smile.
I think I will remove a glass vial from my kit, my camping gear, and fill that with some of this ash, and then stopper it and replace it there.
Okay. Yeah, you collect a small amount of the ashes into one of these vials, stopper it, and tuck it away. And then, I presume, do you continue the burial process?
Yeah.
With the rest of the ashes? Okay. Yeah, you slide the rest of the ashes into the shallow grave and cover them over. Say a few last words to Erastil and pick up a couple of the rocks that you find nearby and make a very, very tiny cairn.
Yes, perfect. All right. I'll go rejoin the others.
Okay. You go to rejoin the others. You see Greshy is still milling about the... Actually, let me jump to Greshy. So you're trying to identify or like figure out what's going on with the magic circle.
I want to see if there's any obvious magic about it.
Okay. What's your training level in Arcana?
It's only trained.
You're an expert now. And then go and roll it.
Okay, then. Just do that. Press that button. Lucky 13 brings that to a 36 total.
36. You're looking at this magic circle, looking over the runes inscribed around it, and you've never been that good with Arcana. Like it's a little bit too book smart for you. It's a little bit too much memorization of weird formulas and things. But for some reason, you feel it's starting to come naturally to you. You recognize combinations of symbols that you didn't ever think about before, and you're pretty sure you've never seen before. The equations written down here start to click somehow. and you feel a kind of a warmth in your brain that you're not entirely sure where that came from. But you think that this circle is activated by casting a teleportation spell near it. You don't know what it would do when that happens, but you're pretty sure that that is the activation for it. That casting a teleportation spell while within, say, 5 feet or so of the circle would cause it to do something. The rest of the formula is too advanced for you to truly comprehend.
That's fair. It's a lot for me to know this much anyway. Okay. Well, we could work with that. We could definitely work with that. Because I believe with Tree Stride being a teleportation spell, don't know how well it would work without a tree present, but...
If only I took tree form this level.
We never taught you that.
I did not. I had the option, but I was like,
You chose a better option.
Chose something else.
I just like the idea of walking in and through you, Asher, that's all. Anyway, good to know.
How would I leave, I guess?
Oh, you wouldn't. You'd be still here.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? You'd be a tree.
You'd just make like a leaf.
Yeah.
I'd be a
No, you'd
tree
make
in
like a
this
tree.
place. Oh, I'd leaf.
Yeah.
I think I just burn up, dry up in here.
Well, let's
Here's go.
I guess I'm gonna try and get through the fire. Go a little bit faster this time just in case.
Okay, just give me another reflex save.
Sure. What's the worst that could happen? It's gonna be... Nope, that's the wrong one. 29 for the reflex save.
29. Okay. Now this time you do take a bit of damage coming through. You take 1 point of fire damage.
Oh, a bit more burny than I wanted, but all right.
Okay, so yeah, you, as Gunn, as you're making it... Well, actually, Asher, you would have had a little bit more time if you wanted to do something else other than just look around at the statues.
Yeah, I wanted to see what the bird things were, since I don't know what they are.
Oh, okay. Have you made a check about them today or no?
No, I never tried.
Okay. Yeah, you could give me a... I think this would be a religion check.
Here we go. Oh, I know, at 25. I'm not very religious.
Yeah, 25 untrained, but... You've heard the name Vrock before, V-R-O-C-K. Also known as Wrath Demons. You've never seen one before. You know that they're bird-like. It seems like it could be something like this. But you don't really remember anything about them. It was probably in a book more about demons and demonology that you kind of glossed through. Just a fleeting memory.
Now I know their names, which I, as a player, knew. And Wrath Demon, you know, that seems very thematic for this area. How lovely. I'll go and... Oh, everyone's coming back.
Did you find anything?
Me? No.
Yeah, found the things that she was carrying that we should still take a look at.
Oh, right. I will pull my bag off my back and go fishing for the Ransour and slowly pull it out, Mary Poppins style.
Oh, goodness.
Here we go. Should add this to the pile of things. I guess I'll go and add it to the pile of things.
Well,
Yeah. You pull out the Ransour, and it is currently not flaming, but you
That's
toss
good.
it to the ground, to the pile of things.
I think maybe could go through one by one and try to identify all the things here.
You're pretty quick about that. If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, looks like there's... When you're identifying runes on an armor, do you do them all separately, or do you just...
Yeah, I've been having it
This is
be each one individually.
Okay. And then, but sometimes there's like unique properties on the item itself. There could
yeah,
be.
so that would be a separate check.
And that's
Well,
so that,
you could
like,
identify
if
the
there's
armor
4
first,
runes-
and then identify. In this case,
Okay,
her
that
armor
seems
is
like a
not
good way
a. Yeah, in this case, her armor itself is not. It's just breastplate. I
Homemade.
think.
It's just armor with... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that idea, and I wish I'd thought of it sooner to like ask about the runes that are attached to something individually. Yeah, let's go down the list here. Firstly, this crazy weapon.
Okay, the weapon. Let's see. So I'll give you some of these for free. It's got a +3 potency rune. It has a greater striking rune.
Here we go.
One you would recognize that's very similar to Asher's. It has a flaming rune, but it's a much more powerful version of it. It's the greater flaming rune. There's 2 more runes that need to be identified. And actually the material of the weapon itself could be identified. It's kind of it's a very like shimmering metallic red that seems not normal.
Okay.
So identifying
Let's
either of the 2 remaining
start
runes
with
would be any kind of magic check, and then the material would be crafting.
I will stick with religion. I think that's my best by a pretty good margin.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'll give you 1-2 for the 2 runes right away. We have a 32 and a 29.
Okay, 32 is enough to identify one of them. The first of the runes is... You can... Let me see. Okay. The first of the runes is very lawfully aligned in nature. It is an axiomatic rune. The second rune, you're honestly not sure what it is. It's got some clear... Well, you don't have Detect Magic today or Read Aura?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, you're really not sure what the second rune is. With a 29? Actually, wait, you might be.
Okay.
Let me double check that. Yes, I don't think so. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
And then I'll do for the material. Using religion for material seems weird. Is there anything you'd...
You said it was crafting for material.
Crafting
It's crafting for the
material?
material.
I'm completely untrained there, but I guess I can give it a shot. 22.
22. Looks like some kind of weird polished steel. You're not really sure. It's
All
a
right.
little too strange
I'll have
to
to
be
ask.
polished steel, but
I'll point out what I found so far and say maybe Greshy can tell what this is made of. It looks special to me.
I can take a look here in a minute. Sure.
And while he does that, or whatever he's going to do, let's go through the armor.
Okay. Yeah, the
The armor
armor
has-
itself has a +2 rune on it. You would also recognize the fortified rune, or fortification rune. Is it called fortification? It's called fortification. Because you have one of those on your own armor. You would actually also recognize a more powerful form of your resistance runes. This is a greater resistance rune against cold. And then there's one last rune that you can identify with any of the magic skills.
Stay with religion. That
Sure.
gives us 37.
37.
Good
That's
solid
enough.
roll.
That is a greater ready rune. So if you touch this rune, the entire armor kind of like disconnects or reattaches in one action.
Ooh.
Was there by any chance, was there no, what's it called, the other thing that makes armor? It's +2. The thing that
the
goes
other
with that.
fundamental.
Yeah, the other fundamental.
Oh,
rune.
a resilience rune?
think
No.
so.
So no resilience. No. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So then I'm gonna, next thing I think will be her Wi-Fi headphones. Take
Okay.
a look at those.
They might be Bluetooth.
Go ahead and try to identify those.
Oh yeah. I do need to roll it. Don't I?
Was it 2 runes on that one? One on each
Yes,
side?
it's technically 2 runes, so go ahead and give me 2 rolls.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I figured it was just left and right.
It's not quite.
Nice.
We got 32 and 41.
Very nice.
2. Okay, let's just double check the other one real quick. Close the window. Come back. Yes, that is enough. Okay. This seems to be a visor of clairaudience and clairvoyance.
Ah.
You can touch to activate either side, and it will. It's currently deactivated right now, but each side basically acts as a wand of either spell. And if you touch to activate it, activate one side, it'll give you either a flaming visor in front, or like flames will erupt out of the sides for clairaudience.
And I feel like she maybe used it already twice today.
Yes, it seems like both sides have been used once today at least. It's basically 2 wands but built into a headset. So each side could be overcharged if you wanted to try. But you can tell the uses have already been expended today.
That does seem pretty neat. We'll save that for later, maybe. Then the next thing I would look at would be the boots.
Okay.
I keep forgetting I have to roll first. Let's just say. Oh, not great there. 24.
24. It's not a critical failure. Yeah, you're not sure. They seem to have some kind. They definitely are magical and have some kind of magical properties, but you're not sure what these boots do or how to activate them.
Does
Those,
a
like, cool
non-critical
combat
failure
boots.
mean you can try again?
No,
Or
it just
then you
means that
still have
I
to wait
don't
till
give you
tomorrow?
wrong information.
Okay. And the spell book will do.
There's also an amulet, I believe.
There's something like an amulet. Spellbook 41.
41. That is a Book of Lingering Blaze. It's a type of magical grimoire. You can use it if you're a prepared caster to basically boost the power of your fire spells. For an action once per day, if you prepared any fire spells while using the book during your preparations, then those fires, you can cause the fire spell to superheat and ignore up to 10 resistance.
That's always nice.
And lastly, the amulet from her belt. Natural one.
Womp womp.
Natural one. You look at the amulet, and the symbol on it looks kind of... You think it might be a stylized version of the symbol of Wrath. And it's possible that activating this amulet would basically, like, set you on fire, like, give you a fiery aura. Like, you think that this might, like, activate your inner flame.
And does it work while hanging on the belt, or would you have to wear it around your neck?
It works while
Like,
hanging
why
on
was
your
she
belt.
carrying it on her belt?
It seems like you'd have to hold it and activate by reading out whatever Thessalonian word is written on it.
Okay. I guess that there isn't like the old amulet slot that you could wear 2 amulets in the system as long as you had the
Oh yeah,
invested
you can wear infinite amulets if you want.
investment space for it.
You can stack all the rings.
All of the neck pieces.
Everyone has fingers and toes.
I would have
Michelle.
questions if you're stacking hats, but other than
Balance
There's, like,
issues.
there's a couple that you could only have one of reasonably, like hats or boots or
Okay.
that sort of thing. But yeah, amulets you can have as many as you
So
want.
having communicated all this to the group, I think that's everything I can figure out here.
All right. That was about 10 minutes, a little less than, but Greshy would have actually been spending the time working on bandaging himself and Phelan up, and maybe Asher if Asher wanted some more.
Oh yeah. Give
And
me
then
some
after
of
that, he'd be
those-
working on the Ransor, trying to figure out what that's made of. But first, let's go for another master level healing.
All right,
That is a 40, so critical success this time. Thank you.
critical.
D8 plus 30. 46, so a bit better.
So that
Alright.
gets rock, but not gun.
Yes, it would get everybody but Gunn since Gunn was busy.
Yep.
But everybody's looking a bit nicer for the effort. And then I will spend some time with this Ransor, trying to figure out what it's made of. That would take me about 10 minutes to be looking at things, so if you all want to be doing other things at the time.
Okay, yeah. Do Asher or Gunn, do you guys want to do anything while he's looking over the material?
I think I'll use my focus point that I gained back to gain up. It should be 48 points now.
That's true.
Lay on hands, and then I'll rest to get it back again,
Okay.
and just hang out
Asher?
with Rock.
Anything that you want to do while he's looking at the Ransir?
Oh, well, this is a big room with not a whole lot in it right now. So,
Oh, just a couple
No.
of big bird bodies. And your
yep,
friends.
I guess I'll just hang out with my friends and watch
All of my
Greshy
friends.
ponder
bird.
ponder his whole.
Okay, yeah, you curiously watch him turn the staff over with the Ransir. Go ahead and give me a crafting check, Greshy.
Sure thing. Press this button. That is a 44.
Ooh, 44. This is an adamantine weapon.
Ooh, this is fun.
It's in fact a
Wonder if we can
high
make something else
grade
out of it.
adamantine. Basically
Oh.
increases the hardness of the
It's-
weapon. And adamantine weapons are good at breaking or getting past resistances.
So, useful for things that might be more resistant to regular weapons. Worth holding on to, or maybe, I don't know, somebody could smelt into something. I'm not quite so good at that, but there are facilities around here, I suppose. Do you want me to look at anything else, Gunn? I don't know if we want to linger too much longer.
Yeah, you could take a look at. Let's see, where was I?
I think you missed the boots, the amulets, and there was a rune.
No, I just got the amulet. It's the.
Oh, you got the amulet. That's right. Never mind.
We're very confident.
Just the boots.
No, he's right. It was just the boots then. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah, there's actually one more room that I don't know about. But,
Curiously, with the boots, since I have the materials, do they resemble something that I have a formula for already?
Go ahead and give me the check to identify.
Sure, that is going to be an Arcana check, because it's technically better. Oh, but it's still only a 25.
25. Yeah, actually, it seems to be Boots of Speed.
Those could be handy. Well, I think these will make you go faster. You can try them out sometime, I suppose. Who is it I was going to be making those for? Was it for you, Gunn?
Myself or Asher, I suppose.
I'll toss these.
Boots of
Anyone,
bounding.
really.
Yeah, I'll toss them in Gunn's direction then.
Sure.
Just
Sure.
wouldn't hurt for you to be a bit quicker when you need to be.
So I'll. Well, tell you what. Let's leave this area first.
Sure.
So if we're all ready to pack up,
I
then-
think so. You still have the the flesh warp and stuff, so you can try making your sword.
Actually, I think I found something that will work much better.
Oh, what'd you find?
I'll show you in a bit.
Okay. Well, let's go then, I suppose. We're just leaving.
Out
Yeah.
of here.
Ah,
Woo.
Make our way through the smoke.
And for the record, Greshy didn't actually explain anything that he saw there to the group, right?
no.
Okay.
Or you mean with the master circle?
Yeah, with the Master Circle.
I think he said he could figure it out, but I don't think he explained it any further.
Okay.
Oh,
And he doesn't
that's
really know what it'll do.
optimistic.
So,
Okay. You make your way through the solid smoke and into the other secondary courtyard area with the two magic circles at either side of the massive bonfire. Here, the smell of smoke is much less strong, and the heat of the flames from the other chamber is not as much of a problem. It's certainly still warm in here, but you're not sweating like you were in the other room.
Forgot there was an actual bonfire out here. That probably would have been more appropriate. Oh well.
Appropriate for what?
actually, it's a good point. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, we could camp here if you think.
It's nice here.
There's a fire?
This is one of the nicer areas that we've come across out here, but it still feels kind of weird in this wing. Feel a little bit randomly twitchy. But also, I think weren't we gonna try? I mean, I think I'm ready to try
Oh,
making
that's
a
right.
weapon.
We're going to make your sword, or at least give it a shot.
Yeah.
Hi. No, that's right. You're right. Let's keep going.
Is it blue or red?
It's blue.
Is it blue. Okay.
Blues can do. We can do.
And if we're wrong, we'll know soon.
Okay, so you're looking at the two portals, or not portals, but magic circles on the ground. You step into the blue one and you disappear. You and reappear in a red circle back where you came from. Over here. On the south side of the training room.
Peek my head out and see if there's anybody there. Looks like not immediately.
Greshy, as you peek your head out, all of the training dummies within your line of sight that aren't broken suddenly turn towards you and bow.
Ooh.
That's unsettling.
You all hear the
Greshy
kind of
touches his
the rickety
forehead.
wooden sounds as all of them turn and kind of robotically bow towards him. You touch your forehead, you can feel a warmth there.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on you here, but I mean, you don't seem any different than the Greshy I know, so.
I don't know if that's reassuring or not.
You were always this way.
Well, I'll see if I can make my way out without being accosted, as it were.
Sure. As you make your way through, you feel as you pass by one, you feel it kind of react to you, and you get kind of like a telepathic, or what feels like a telepathic message of like, okay? Question mark? As if it's like kind of waiting for you to respond with some kind of answer. Mentally.
Stand down
But
would be what I'd think, I suppose, if I can try and think a response.
Okay. You try to think something like stand down, and the training dummy kind of gets up from its bow, and its arms just kind of drop to its side. And it doesn't seem to twitch anymore or react to you. You can just kind of stand there and...
Can I look at... I want to look at these clustered ones in front of us to the east here, and I want to try telling them to stand down in Thessalonian. Verbally.
Okay.
I don't...
You've never known those words before, but they kind of naturally come to you. And you say as much in Thessalonia. And aloud, or you said mentally, or...
Oh, I say it aloud. Aye.
Okay. Asher and Gunn, you hear Greshy suddenly in perfectly fluent Thessalonian say the phrase "stand down." I mean, Gunn, you wouldn't have any idea what he's saying, and Asher, he's suddenly speaking way more fluently than you ever have been, despite you being the one teaching him. And that cluster all
Such a good teacher.
that cluster all does the same thing,
So
where they stand
proud.
up and their hands drop to their sides and their weapons lowered.
All right.
Wow, Greshy, you learned a lot.
I suppose I did. We should keep moving. And I'll make my way through the opening that we've created to try and find our way out.
Okay. Yeah, with your mental commands, the training dummies do not assault you. And you make your way towards the exit portals. And step into the blue ones. Gunn and Greshy moving. There we go. Whoop. Step into the blue portals, and then
We have
you
to teach
disappear.
Gunn this.
and you reappear back in the entry chamber.
All right. Well, this has been a fun experience. Oh, that's right. This platform's way up here, isn't it?
Yeah, you look out and you see the statue platform and can see out over into the massive entryway. And yeah, you're good.
With the giant rune right there on the floor.
The giant rune of wrath.
Well, I'll shrink Phelan down and then I'll just storm and flight us to the ground.
Oh, Asher, while you reach down to shrink Phelan, Asher just jumps down. And yeah, is your catfall suddenly really good now? Is that the
Yeah, my catfall, I have the ultimate catfall. I look down and I say, this doesn't look so high, and I jump.
Okay, yeah, you jump down, and I'm assuming this is the one where you just don't take any damage?
Yeah, I could apparently fall from a high cliff and be perfectly fine. And I always land on my feet.
Alright, yeah, Asher does a little tumble off the cliff and amazingly lands perfectly on his feet. No, it springs a little bit, but doesn't seem to have any shin problems afterwards.
All right, down there, Asher.
Oh, it wasn't that tall.
I beg to disagree, but all right. So I'm just gonna
higher.
storm and flight us down, pick up Phelan in small form.
Okay. And
There's actually room for Rock to fly in here, so
drop down
Last
and
focus
levitate
point.
your way down to the bottom, and then I presume regrow Phelan.
Aye. Oh, come back here, Phelan.
Gun mounts Rock and just flies towards the exit. Oh, I guess flies around the room, giving Rock a chance to fly free.
Showing off. He does need to stretch his wings, don't he?
Out of here.
Rock makes an eagle noise. And Asher and you all make your way back out of the chamber, finally leaving the Halls of Wrath. Alright, so let's see. So you're going back to the central chamber. Give me 1 second. Okay, something like that. Sure. Alright. Our heroes return to the central chamber of the Runeforge. You pass in from behind the
a little bit
statue of
carefully.
the Great Elasnost.
In that weird flash of visions I had, did I see her at all? Or was it just other forms that were more just fiery?
Give me a Thessalonian lore check. Also, you're an expert now in Thessalonian lore.
All right, then. I don't know if I have any more lore slots. We're just going to drop Thessalonian. We're going to drop Dwarven lore, I suppose, for the moment. Oh, that is a 41.
You close your eyes and think back, and suddenly you find yourself standing. You're not you. You're a human. You're taller. You find yourself standing in some kind of flaming citadel. Before you stands Elasnost, the Runelord. She seems to be... She's giving you commands. You can't really remember what she's saying, but you know that it's important. You know that it's some kind of duty that you must do. You can you're trying to read her lips as she's speaking to you. She lays a hand on your shoulder. She knows that she can trust you to do this. You turn and see your troop of soldiers. You think you can train them well. And the group of you march down the out of the citadel, down some stairs, and out before you is as you're walking up the stairs, you can see out before you is the Great Bridge of Magnamar. But that is not your destination. And it's not called the Great Bridge of Magnamar now. It's complete. You can see the two cities that it connects across this narrow inlet. But you're not going to the bridge. You're going to the portal. You look down towards the courtyard that you're descending to, and there are a group of mages there, all on loan, of course. None in Alasnist's country are terribly excelled at conjuration arts for this sort of teleportation. Mm-hmm. But as you approach the portal, you can see a snowy or icy citadel deep within a mountainous cavern. And there, as you step through, you find yourself at the entry portal underneath or inside the mountain that leads to the Runeforge. And then your vision ends.
That was all right. I'm seeing things. Maybe.
What things?
Kind of things.
Good things, I hope.
Alasnist wanted me to. A long time ago, though, wanted me to lead the people here. Greshy turns and looks back over her shoulder at the Wrathwing. Those people, perhaps?
Alasnist is long gone.
I know. I'm
And
pretty sure.
if she were to come back, it would be terrible for the folk of the world.
No, I agree. I'm just... That was strange.
She can't have you.
No, thanks, Gunn. Appreciate that. We were gonna make a sword, right? Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. I think we use this blade that we found in the Dragon's Cave. And that other fragment of mirror. And this. And I'll pull out the vial of ash. Token of Athroxis. That it would work to add the other property that...
Oh. No wonder we couldn't find something good. She was carrying it with her. Heard things
So to
carrying
speak.
ash.
So to speak. Am I reading that right? Does that feel like it has the right kind of energy?
We'll wait to find out.
Sorry, if that was to the GM.
That was to the GM.
He's
That
going
was
to
to the
tell you.
GM.
You can think what you will think. You will only know by trying.
My cool stuff and see if it looks.
I'm fairly certain.
If you're
That
certain,
this
I'm
is what
happy
I
to
want
try it.
use.
Well, let me see the weapons and ingredients and
fairly
stuff, and we'll start.
certain.
Stay back
I'll
here,
be
Rob.
over
It's work.
here.
I agree. Just standing back a bit, unless you want to help, I suppose.
I swear, if like another statue comes back, or something. Good luck. Hang out here. Hey, Phelan.
All right.
Well, if any statue did wake up, it would probably be that one over there, right?
Sloth,
This guy.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna have my weapon at the
So,
ready just in case that comes.
Are we
back.
worried about that happening again,
I am a
or
little
do we
bit.
think that was because Karzug is already watching?
Well, we're about to find out.
I'll ask Greshy as our resident Arcana expert.
Apparently.
He has an opinion.
I mean, I suppose I could think
Rock
about it and
winces in
see if
pain
I
in
could.
the background.
Oh,
Oh, that's terrible. We hurt the bird.
bonking the bird for.
From
I
a
suppose I
surge
could
of
try
sin
and
from the chat.
think about it and see if there's some Arcana check that would come to me, but my instinct is that Karzug is coming back, and we haven't heard of anyone else coming back yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that anyone else is going to suddenly wake up, but we just may not have heard about them waking up yet. So
Jason, out of character, you rolled an 11, yeah, to get that,
To get what?
to get the Surge of Sin.
I rolled a d5, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. I started from rock.
D10 for damage.
Okay,
So,
I
and the
with the
d10 for
10,
damage.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that just happened to be enough, including statues that were still up in the room, and I was like,
Oh, I see. No. No, it's just the 5 people in the room and then the d10 for damage. And it shows rock, and rock's at 10 points.
really hurt
I was
Rock.
like, oh no. They're all
So-
listening.
I can think about it for a while longer and try and ponder it, but I don't. We haven't heard anything from any of these other ones. I'm not super worried.
All right. Well, let's make sure that as we, that we're ready for anything as we finish the ritual.
All right, let's get started.
Okay. Greshy, you roll up your sleeves. Gunn, you hand over the ingredients, the fragments of the mirror and the ashes of Lasnest. And the two of you begin to perform the ritual. Oh, sorry, what?
Unless that's a title of some kind.
Hmm.
The ashes of the Lasnest with Roxas.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Athroxis. They both start with A.
Yeah.
You're right. The ashes of Athroxis. We were just talking about Elasmus, so Elasmus is on the brain. The ashes
That's a
of
face.
Athroxis. And yeah, so much like with Asher, the ritual involves putting in the ingredients. The pool changes color with each one added. Gunn, as you're preparing the sword, you decide to say a brief prayer to Erastil for its former owner, and you notice a
Yes.
symbol, a rune that was hidden on the blade, kind of flash golden, briefly. Give me a religion check.
Sure. Let's add 4 points to this. From what I have saved up. So that makes it a 42.
42. So yeah, natural 16 for 22, plus the 4 points. Okay. You feel something suddenly. You recognize the light, you recognize the symbol. Even though you've never seen it in this form before, it's the runic version of the holy symbol of Sarenrae. You can feel the presence, lingering, very, very lingering presence of a divine ally. much like when you first got your sword from Mother Teket's, when that spirit, and the same feeling that you felt when that spirit transferred to the egg that you took care of. You can feel the very faint life of some kind of divine being still clinging to its last wisps of energy within the blade. It feels like watching the friend of a friend pass away. You've never met them, but you can feel the connection the former owner had with this spirit. But it's almost like it's like nodding at you in respect, that it's giving up this form to you to do what you need to do with it.
I feel appreciative of that fact.
The spirit releases its grip on the blade, and you hold it in your own. You're ready to place it into the pool, but first you must give the new sword a name.
The name that I had in mind, given our purpose here, is Remedy.
Okay. You lay the sword into the waters of the runeforged pool. It stays kind of floating on top for a moment, then sinks, and a brilliant rainbow light shines through. The ashes of wrath turn to kind, the mirror shards proving your pride. The sword emerges again, its form now complete. You reach into the pool and draw Remedy for the first time. You now have a new sword.
Hold it aloft and side-eye the statue.
You hold up the sword and you kind of like turn it slightly so that the blade itself had been nicked and damaged from what was probably years of use, but was still in quite good shape. It had been cared for. It just is well worn. As it has emerged from the pool, its edge is like mirror sheen. It is very slick. It looks almost brand new. And when you turn the blade, you get like kind of a reflection of Elastinist's eyes in the statue, and you turn back to glance at it. The Runelord staring down on you, on the two of you. But the statue dares not move. It makes no motion. Everything is calm.
Well, now that I have done that, I think it would be wrong to deny Greshy the same opportunity, so we should...
I'm not going to use the sword?
Definitely see if you wanted to attempt to do something with your staff or anything else. We should set out and enhance a weapon for you as well.
I mean, suppose we could try a staff of some sort?
Up to you.
Did we ever find anything from the Abjuration Wing, the Envy area?
Not yet.
I don't recall if we went back, and I don't think we went back and looked for anything else. We just found the Athelian and the broken wand. And the slime.
Correct.
Sure hope it wasn't the slime, because that's gone.
Far.
Well, we can go take another look and see if there's more back there. To be perfectly honest, not sure how much deeper I'd want to get in with Wrath. And I have nothing about pride for me, so.
Makes sense.
What was that, Char?
Or love.
Not so much, no. You all sort of. Mostly.
Yeah, the love beam.
Well, we can take a look in there later, or we can rest up for a bit, perhaps. We've been beaten to hell and back.
I mean, we're pretty sure that that area is clear, and there's not much to it. But I don't think we found anything particularly potent in that region, except
mean,
for the Athelion.
I was going to say, the Athelian's pretty potent. I just don't know if it is the right thing.
It has the right spirit.
Can I pull it out and just, maybe with my newfound arcanic knowledge?
You could try rolling again. Arcana check.
I'll throw what points I have at this. I don't know how many I've got. So
5 points.
just throw it all. Well, 5. 46 then, I suppose we'll do.
46. This stuff is certainly very potent. It is... Sorry.
Oh, sure. It'd be real embarrassing if it was the slime.
Broken wand of destroying magic items sounds pretty envious.
So the material itself is a very potent magic item. Is the read that you've gotten from it, your understanding of it. You know it to be a very powerful substance. It very reasonably could be a component like this, but you just don't know how it was created. There's something that kind of strikes you as interesting about the other 3 items that have been located thus far, or ingredients that have been located thus far. The first, obviously the toys from the Cages of Lust, the mirror shards from the halls of the Veils of Pride, and the ash from the magical flames in the halls of Wrath. All of these materials were not necessarily magic items in their own right, but were infused with some kind of very strong, emotional or sinful energy. If that was the case for this Athelion, and if that's how it was produced, then yeah, it's certainly magical enough that it could do something like that. It's the concern over the fact that it has other magical properties of its own. It does do things to magic.
Right.
It's
quite a risk to use this then.
You have a very, very strong suspicion that it is probably this, but you don't know for 100%. You've got an 80% certainty that this could suffice.
Well,
You want to read that letter again?
I was
Or
just
do you
looking
think-
at that, trying to see if they had any real mention of it. They mentioned the Athelion.
Were they making it because... Well, they were... You've got 2 options. You've got envy and vigilance, right? For that wing.
Mm-hmm.
So they were preparing for some sort of conflict that's somewhat says vigilance. stocking up, right? But how? I don't know how it would be envy.
They were
Unless
specifically
it's-
stocking up because they were preparing for battles to go take the room well, weren't they? Isn't that what everyone else said when they
That's true.
decided
They
to
were all
attack?
coveting the middle, more or less.
So I think that's what Roxera said. And it says that the Wardens of Envy unanimously agreed. Asher, do you still have one of those toys you were playing with?
Do I? Well, I only used one, so I have 2 more. Yes.
Which one can I have?
Which one do you want?
I don't know which ones you
One
have,
did
that's why I asked.
use? Oh no.
Do you have the
One
ball,
did I
or
use?
do you have like a bat or something?
I think I used the ball. I have a collar, a ball, and a dildo.
That's why I was saying the bat.
Which one did I use?
1
Oh,
in 3 chance we
no.
could play baseball still.
I'm going to take the collar
Which-
then. I'm going to assume you use the ball. And
I don't believe I used the collar.
then I'll take the collar then, if you don't mind.
Here you go. Hand
And
the collar. It's a
I'm
nice
going-
collar.
I'm going to take my old fence post staff out. And I think we'll try these 3.
Which
See
is
how this
not the
goes.
staff of healing.
No, I have plans to improve the staff of healing. I can have multiple staffs.
True. I like it.
But I will start the ritual, I suppose, and start with the Athelion.
Okay. You pour the Athelion, or a water skin, I believe, of Athelion into the pool. You watch as the pool turns a silvery blue color. You then toss in the ball gag and collar. Alright, sorry. It's like a... Oh, no. The ball gag was separate. This is just the collar. This is the collar.
Yes, this is just a collar. There's a leash someplace, but not here.
didn't
It's
take
got
that
like a
part.
small leash attached to it. You toss in the...
No.
You toss in the collar. And again, the pool changes. And you rummage through your bag of your knapsack of halfling kind to produce the old fence post staff that you made before the adventure started. It's a reminder of where you came from and that you held on to it so long. I guess you're not really a sentimental person per se, but it still feels like it holds some value to you. And maybe that value is now. Or now to be realized. You place the staff into the pool, and what would you name this staff?
Mender.
Okay.
As we mend fences and each other.
I was
You-
gonna.
Hmm?
I was gonna say that you stole my riff, but mending fences, and it's a fence post. You like saved it.
Greshy shoots an angry glance at Gunn as he equips him.
The rune flashes a moment.
The rune of Rathia flashes on his forehead briefly, but he turns and places the staff into the pool. It sinks down inside, and for a moment there's no reaction. It seems to be taking longer than the others. But just when you had almost kind of given up on this idea working, the pool begins to glow its brilliant rainbow colors, and the staff rises to the top. Its form smoothed out a little bit, but not by much. It's the same. If anything, the grooves where you kind of held it with your hand have kind of deepened and look a little bit more like ergonomic than before. It looks so well worn that it looks like it. Well, when you take it into your hand, it feels comfortable. It feels homey. It feels like you. You now have Mender. It seems you were
Fancy
right.
stick.
The Athelian worked.
I'm
pool
glad, because
now
otherwise that would have been a
seems-
terrible waste of that stuff.
The Runeforged pool now seems at about half its original size or depth. It is becoming more and more shallow with each use.
Well, don't know if we want to make more right now, but
We each have a weapon and we think we know how to leave. You said something like that?
I know how to make the circle work. I don't know what the circle does exactly, but
Fair.
they seem to think it was an exit of some sort. And I'm pretty sure if I cast, well, if we can use some sort of teleportation spell in there, that would work. So I can attempt a tree stride, perhaps. I think that would activate it.
We have that scroll still. We have the scroll of teleporter. We have the wand of plane shift. You can cast plane shift without having a tuning fork, just to. I mean, it uses a spell.
Well, I mean, that's the question. Can we cast
Just
plane
sends you on a
shift?
little nightmare tour.
I suppose it depends on whether it's truly absorbed or if it's just the activation is caused by the magic. I'd rather it be absorbed because I really just had a nightmare not that long ago. I'd not have another one. Not a fire.
I wouldn't mind giving it a try.
Now or?
We could, in fact, go now, if we did.
We got everything we needed.
I'm going to say no,
Ooh.
Okay.
only because we don't know what's on the other side.
Fair.
I don't know where it's going to put us. I don't know if
much
Arcist
control
is going to
we
be
have.
where we come out at.
Hmm.
I thought he was dead.
Or not Arcist, your Razorhorn.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Razorhorn's going to be there waiting for us or if somebody else is.
Should we...
That is
Sleep.
a good point. We don't
What?
know. It sounds like we don't even know if we'll be able to control what happens.
I have no idea. I think I can activate it, but it got
For all we know,
complicated.
it could connect us to another similar circle someone else already made and send us straight to Karzug's lair or something.
Aye.
Well, hopefully the Wrath
Or-
wouldn't.
Or the city wherever his followers are, or anywhere.
Zinshalast?
Zinshalast.
Shalas.
Mhm.
It's one of those shins. Well,
So you make a good point. Yeah, maybe we should just rest here for another long while until we're all feeling better, and then we can try to make our way out.
I'm surely running low on bandages, so I'm not sure how much more I can do for you, but happy to.
As time goes, I can give everybody.
That's true. You're a good healer.
It'll take a while, but I can slowly bring everybody up.
Do we want to go in the little entry room? I'll stay here.
1 or 2 hours, I think, would be enough.
Entry room. Let's go to the entry room. I'm
Entry room.
as much as I don't know that they'll come on en route, I'd rather not take the chance, and that's a bit more defensible there.
Yeah, and we can use our tent today. I think we
That's true.
missed
Greshy's
out
gonna
last-
come pick up his water skin finally. The one that's been hanging out over here since we got here.
All right, you pick up the water skin.
Hooray!
Do
Into
you want to take any more Athelian?
We can go back for more, and I do actually. It's very useful. Not sure exactly what it does, but it's very powerful magic, whatever it is. So, I'm sure it's got to be handy for something more than this, especially if they were trying to stockpile it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But for the moment, I'm thinking we want to camp out, rest up.
Yeah, as we do, it seems. I mean, it hasn't really been that long. It seems like we're gonna have to wait most of a day.
Well, I have things to
Yes.
do.
From my recollection, you effectively you slept in the Pride Wing. You came out, did some weapon making, and then went straight to Wrath. Is that correct? I think so.
I thought we did the weapon making first, and then
Maybe you made weapons, then
No,
went
did
back.
we fight the statue before or after?
I thought you fought the statue on the
Either
same
way,
day
it's
that you
probably
went to
been only
Wrath.
3 hours at most.
Yeah, you've
We've
not
still a
been
good.
you've not been active for long. So
Yeah, I
if you're
think you're probably right.
if you're trying to get stuff back, you'd have a good 20 plus hours ahead of you.
There's what, 3 more wings we haven't visited, or 4?
None of which I feel comfortable visiting right now.
3.
Which is really the issue. Is this
No,
that
I
was
agree.
a lot.
Maybe we can send some folk back in here later. Or is there anyone we would trust with the information about the Runeforge now that we've done what we think is needed?
I mean, I'm sure Broderick Quint would love to look around, but trust is a strong word.
Should we send anyone here?
Asher makes a good point.
There a reason to do so.
If we could destroy the entry for them,
And
I'm not sure.
and just
I don't-
strand the folks here forever.
I like it here. So far, I mean, the other 2 wings I haven't asked, or 3, but everyone seemed to enjoy themselves and not want to leave.
Throxus went mad because she's been here for so long. We couldn't even convince her to leave. Not sure the rest are going to be much better, but we could. If you want to ask, we can try asking them. I just think it's foolhardy.
I'm not convinced they went mad because they're living here.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
they've
not-
lived here their whole lives.
Yeah, I don't think we should. I don't think it would be responsible of us to unleash the people of this realm on the regular world either. I mean, set free a bunch of mad wizards.
Yeah, lots of mad wizards already.
Yeah, there's more than enough, right? They're all over. You can't walk 10 feet without bumping into a mad wizard. Yeah, we'll think about it. What we should do with this place, or about this place.
Well, in the meantime, I'm still working on these boots that are probably unnecessary now, but might as well finish them.
Yeah, more boots of speed. The speedier.
Be quite expedient.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have probably at this point what is effectively a full day of crafting or downtime if you wish. So if you guys want to do anything particular, let me know. Sounds like Greshy
you-
wants to put another day into. Have you been tracking the days that you already put on into those, or did
I've
you
only
fail?
done
Is that
one
what
half
happened?
day at this point. I
Okay,
did one
just
half day so far, and that was it. So
Okay.
just hadn't had the time since then.
If we just since we don't get tired here, if we just like train around the clock, does that let you get multiple days worth of training in one period, or is there like still some only a certain amount of training that the brain and body can accept? You can't surpass the human limitation rate of 1 week of retraining.
You think about it for a bit, and while you don't really have the equipment necessary to really do full training here, you did see a big dojo filled with training dummies and training equipment, where it might be easier to do such a thing at a non-stop pace. Theoretically, it's possible. Though they did have... You notice that for some reason the Wrathwing did have what seemed to be rooms with bunk beds and rooms with stools nearby the training area. But you're not sure what that's about.
That's true. You know, I didn't make that connection just until you said it, but it's until I heard a random voice say it, I guess. No, actually, I don't know.
No, you're just thinking about whether or not you could train all day, right?
But
and theoretically, it seems like you could. You could certainly just try to do it.
oh yeah, if
You probably wouldn't get the benefits of
we don't need
rest
to
if you
sleep,
did.
why were there beds in the halls of wrath? Huh.
Do we want to just camp out in the Halls of Wrath?
One's
I
in
mean-
there.
I don't think anyone's going to invade the Halls of Wrath. They're pretty problematic.
I wonder how long it will take them to figure out that there's nobody protecting it.
I don't know how often
We're
they...
there quite a long time.
True.
Maybe we can take the statue and like prop it back up on the pedestal.
Good luck with that. That thing is heavy and it's on the floor.
Time
We have to get it all the way up the thing. It's what, 50
Yeah,
feet up?
You
Phelan
you
can-
break it down and you rebuild it again. It will look
Can help us
exactly
lift
the
it.
same.
I, for one, would feel a bit more comfortable there. I feel it's a bit...
Would
Better
you
defended.
now?
Well,
Curious.
we have one
The
entrance to deal with
Wrathman.
enemies coming from there versus here where they're
No,
going
it-
to
It
swarm
does
the center
seem a little
first.
bit more securable. And we wouldn't have to go all the way in.
Oh, sure. Just, I mean, if you want to do the dojo thing, we just go to the first portal room or something, the first area.
We did rest in the Pride Wing and nothing terrible happened to us, so I guess that would probably be fine.
Asher, any objections?
Oh, these are like little houses for little people, and so far I mean, they're not little people, but so far we've gone and killed several houses of people, and
One.
I think they're pretty safe. Well,
Two?
two.
Two were already dead.
One was dead. The
One we
other,
talked to.
I guess Gunn does not.
Consider
is it?
clones to be people?
Consider-
No clone rights here. That's all right.
I mean, I don't think that those were clones. I think they were some kind of automata that were just following up a script.
I see. Well,
Sure.
depending on
Sure,
how you look at it,
sure.
we've killed one wing. We have done
Mhm.
nothing wrong ever.
I mean, I agree with that. Let's go.
Sure.
We just
She's
go
like,
right
"I'm
back.
perfect
We
and
can
have
go
done
right back to
nothing
the
wrong."
Wrath Wing.
Slort, slort, slort. You guys make your way back out towards the hall. And
Okay.
Oh,
you
Jesus.
hear
Ah!
you hear a slurping sound that gets louder and louder as you make your way towards the central chamber. Greshy, you kind of step out, like not thinking about it, and you see
Mhm.
4 massive, slimy, ooze-like creatures that seem to be made entirely of flesh, rotting flesh, maybe. They smell
Oh.
awful, but they They don't do anything to you. They seem to be just kind of slurping their way. They seem to come from the like northwest-ish part of the chamber. You didn't quite see where they came from, but they're currently slurping their way into the Veils of Pride.
Why?
So they're like fleshy things, like piles of oozy flesh that just went that way.
Why?
I have not the foggiest. Do we want to track them down? Do we want to keep going?
No, I don't want to talk to them
I
or
don't
look at
think
them.
we need to-
Gunn, you make your way out to the hall, and you don't see them, but you can hear the echoing sounds of slurping coming from the hallway of the Veils of Pride as they're
Can we
going
try
off
and
into the
sneak
distance.
past?
Are we going to Proud?
They're- We're not going to Pride. We can let them have it.
I just need to get
Wait.
past them though.
Where did they come from, Greshy? Where?
I think it was over here in the direction, and I'll point to the northwest, where the ravenous crypts of Gluttony are.
Ugh. I don't want to. I hope we never go to Gluttony, and I never want to go to Pride.
I wasn't intending to go to Gluttony. I was trying to go to Sloth if we went anywhere, but I think we figured out the circle
Is he
enough.
just sending them like fleshy goobers, and then Pride guy took the goobers and made Pride people? I don't like that.
Is that interesting
You
though?
think those are just shipments of raw materials?
I don't know.
It very well could be. That's a good thought, Asher.
Gross.
That's disgusting, but you know, a good thought.
Like, what's the grossest thing? Every time it's Pride, I'm like, what's the grossest thing? Gross, fleshy.
I'm gonna try and get to the Halls of Wrath and hopefully not be noticed. Try and sneak if I can.
Sure. I'm not going to have you roll it, because as you very quickly, it's like slip past the hallway of the Veils of Pride, you can just see those weird, formless mounds of flesh just slurping their way down the hall. They don't seem to
Horrible.
have eyes or anything with which to see you, and they don't seem to have sensed you in any way. Just continuing off into the distance.
Grand. I have no desire to be here any longer than we have to. Let's get out.
Mm-hmm.
What if
After-
they send more to
So before we came here, it was so talked up that I thought there must be something about this place that is so critical to the like fate of the world or state of the world that like if it were to fall into the wrong hands it would be disastrous. But now that we've been here, I can see that it's really just I'm now feeling it's really just been in the wrong hands, so to speak, the whole time, and nothing outside of here has been particularly affected, so I'm somewhat less worried about them suddenly coming out and taking over the world or destabilizing, like, you know, throwing their support behind the Runelords or any other
I
things like
think
that.
we should worry way more about the people on the outside who want to bring the Runelords back than these people in here who are just like, yeah, they're probably gonna come back. I'm not gonna do anything
Yeah, they're
about
just
that.
kind of all crazy wizards doing their own thing, fighting each other. If we do come back and claim the pool permanently and, I don't know, give it to some nation or form a new nation or whatever we do
It's ambitious.
with it.
Why are we doing that?
If we did, I'm saying if we
It's a
did,
hypothetical, I suppose.
I'm not
Um,
doing that. You can do that.
I think that if we left now, it would still be here, and we'd still have all the same options later.
We still don't know how time works in or out of here.
Yeah.
Time is strange. But I think Gunn is right enough that if nothing else, we have other things to do. And at some point, we need to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I have no desire to go to the sloth wing or
The
gluttony wing.
Goopies? Yeah, I don't either.
No, that's disgusting. Well, we'll make our way over and Gunn can practice and I'll work on these boots and Asher can... What are you going to be doing, Asher?
You know, that's a really good question that I don't have an answer to, and I'll think of it on the walk there, I'm sure.
Okay. You guys make your way through the hallway back to the Halls of Wrath. The statue still fallen over. Make your climbs and flights back up to the platform, get back into the teleportation circle, and make your way into the central chamber where all the bodies still lie. And I think with that, we shall say goodnight. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you all enjoyed. Next week, I don't know what the party's going to do, so we'll find out. Thank you all for joining us. This has been another lovely little episode of Third Action. Lots of introspection and thought, and 2 more magical weapons of Runelords Banes. Different Runelords, but Runelords all the same. So join us probably next week, I think. Yes, next week is good. So join us next week for another episode of Third Action. Love you. Good night. Bye.